Hello, and this is Evan from Board Live. Hamlet is a family game for 1 to 4 players. We give it a difficulty rating of 3 out of 5 stars. Setup: each player chooses a color and takes all components of that color. Place church pieces equal to the number of players at the center of the table. In a 3 to 4 player game, place one of those pieces on the church space of the church tile. In a 1 to 2 player game, place 2 pieces on the board. Each player places 1 villager and 1 donkey of their color onto the church space. Take the woodcutter, quarry, farm, market, and town hall tiles and place them adjacently to the church tile, making sure that each tile is connected by its road illustration. Place 2 wood tokens on the woodcutter, 2 stone tokens on the quarry, and 2 wheat tokens on the farm. Find all of the tiles with a bag icon on the back and place all of them into the bag. These are the starting tiles. Separate all of the other tiles into piles according to the icon on their backsides and place them face down. Place each player's scoring token next to the 1 spot of the scoreboard. Take 4 tiles out of the bag at random and place 1 each above the 0, 1, 2, and 3 spaces. After determining the starting player, give them the first player token and give each player 3 gold. In a 2 to 3 player game, the last player gets 1 additional gold. In a 4 player game, the 3rd and 4th player each get 1 additional gold. Spread out the award and milestone tokens and separate the market tiles according to the numbers on their backs. In a 4 player game, randomly remove 1 tier 2 and 1 tier 3 tile from the game. In a 3 player game, remove 1 tier 2 tile and 2 tier 3 tiles. In a 2 player game, remove 2 tier 2 and 3 tier 3 tiles. At all player counts, place all tier 3 tiles in a pile by the market. Place all tier 2 tiles on top of the tier 3 tiles. And place all tier 1 tiles on top of that. Deal 3 from the top of this pile onto the market tile spaces. The game is won by having the most points after developing the Hamlet. The game is played in rounds, and on your turn, you can take 1 action with each of your villagers and donkeys that are on the board. At the start of your turn, stand up all of your villagers and donkeys that are on the board, and lay them down on their sides after they take each action. Donkey. When you take an action with a donkey, you may move it 1 space to a connected tile. Villager. When you take an action with a villager, you may move it to any space on the board as long as that space is connected to the villager's starting tile. Then you may take the action of the new tile. Activate a building. If you move your villager to a special building tile, you can take the action of that tile. Raw materials buildings. When you take this action, fill each slot on the tile with the matching token. Then take the reward found next to the slots. If the track is already full, you cannot take this action. Refined and high-quality buildings. You can only take this action if there is an empty slot on the tile. You'll need to deliver the required raw materials from other building tiles. This is done by having a donkey on each tile between the villager taking the action and the tiles producing the needed raw materials. If you meet those 2 conditions, remove the needed raw materials from the board and place the refined materials token of your color on the building slot with the black side up. If you possess the milestone for the token, place the token white side up instead. The black side is worth 1 of the indicated reward, and the white side is worth double. Anyone can use these tokens on their turn. You will receive the reward in the green box only when your token is used by a player, including yourself. Town Hall. There are 2 actions you can take at the Town Hall. You may take 1 or both of them. First, you can purchase a building tile from above the scoreboard. The leftmost building is free, but if you purchase a building beyond that, place 1 gold token on each building to the left of the one you are purchasing. Move all other tiles to the left to fill in the gap. Then take a new tile from the bag and place it in the rightmost space. If you purchase a building that has gold on it, you also take that gold. You may only keep 3 building tiles in your hand, and you cannot take this action if you already have 3 buildings. The other Town Hall action is purchasing villagers and donkeys. The cost of a villager depends on the number of villagers you have already purchased. Place a new villager on its side on the church space to be used starting from your next turn. Donkeys cost 3 gold each. When you purchase one, place it on any tile connected to the town hall by roads or bridges. It can be used this turn. Market. Choose a sale tile that you want and deliver the resources according to the tile's requirements. Then, earn the reward in the green box. Take the tile and place a new one from the supply onto the same space. The free market at the top of the tile can be used from anywhere during any other action that requires those resources. For example, if there are no stone tokens in the supply, but you have donkeys connected to the market tile and the tile at which you are taking an action, you can pay 3 gold to buy the necessary stones. You cannot use the free market while taking an action on the market tile. Church. If there are any empty church action spaces, you can take an action by delivering the required amount of resources indicated by the space, placing your own player disc on the space, and taking the reward shown in the green box. Then place one church piece of your choice onto the church space. If at any time the resource tiles are all full of resources and you cannot take any other actions, you can gain 1 gold by taking a beg action at the church. Constructing a building. After moving one of your villagers to a tile where you would like to construct a building, you can place a building adjacent to that tile. When you do so, at least one segment of the 2 tiles must be touching. If there are any roads on the touching sides, they must form a connection. You must also be able to deliver the required resources as indicated by the new building tile. After construction, take the reward shown in the green box. If you see this icon, take the corresponding milestone token if it hasn't already been taken by another player. Also, find the building tile of the matching type from the supply and place them in the bag, mixing everything together as you do so. If the new building is a landmark, place one of your flags on it. As long as the building is connected to the church by roads and/or bridges, you will receive the effect written on the building tile. Road construction. After moving one of your villagers to a tile adjacent to another tile, which is not connected by a road, you can place a path token to connect the tiles. If 2 mountain sides are touching, you'll need to deliver 2 pieces of wood. If 2 forests are touching, you'll need to deliver 2 stones. After delivery, place one of your own path tokens to connect the 2 tiles. You cannot connect a mountain to a forest, and you cannot place a path where one already exists. If you are the first player to build a path, take the first planner milestone. Once you have taken an action with all of your villagers, the next player takes their turn. When the final church piece is built, play continues until the current round finishes, at which point the game ends. Each award is given to players who have first place in the respective categories. In the case of a tie, split the points as evenly as possible. Earn points for each landmark connected to the church by roads and paths. Earn 1 point for each path token and for each milestone. The player with the longest stretch of roads and path tokens earns 2 points for each of their buildings connected to that path. Earn 1 point for every 3 gold you have. The player with the most points wins. In the case of a tie, the player with the most markers on the church tile wins. If there is still a tie, the player with the most market tiles wins. If there is still a tie after that, pour those players milk or another beverage, and whoever can drink theirs the fastest wins the game. If you enjoy everything that you've seen in this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about something that you saw in this rules video, please leave a comment below.